What's up? I'm Grizz. Welcome. Episode 24, season finale, series finale, probably, of Wish for Mercury. I'm assuming this has to be full series finale. Like, I feel like we can definitely do more if we want to. I mean, it depends how this kind of ends, but I'm assuming they could do more if they really wanted to, but I don't think so. I think this was the probable planned stopping cause or stopping point. This is what's going to end up happening here, so I'm excited, I guess, to see how they wrap it up. It doesn't feel like it should be over, though, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me, though. Last week, shit kind of hit the fan, as usual. Eri looks to be bye-bye, and Ariel's destroyed, and a whole bunch of other shit. I guess now we just see what happens and hope that nobody else got messed up or caught in this fire somehow of this giant laser thing that happened last week, and I don't really know what their plans are to really end this, so I guess I'm excited to see. If you like it all, like and subscribe. You mean a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion, and after the discussion, I'll also be just doing an overall not recap, but I'll be doing an overall thoughts and opinions on the series and giving it a rating and just speaking some of my thoughts about this. So if you're interested in hearing that at all, just wait till then or skip to the timestamp that's going to be in the description. Let's get going though, episode 24. Rip Bozo. Oh, we need more, okay. I don't know why I thought that was just like endgame and then whatever happens here. But no, they were like, we gotta keep fucking blasting people. We gotta get you out of here. Oh, even the whole thing. It's not just her. Mangled corpse. Oh no. Well, that's the first thing you ask. Meaning we got some time. I was gonna say we're gonna get the fuck out of here, but oh fuck. We're just I mean, they're not wrong, dude. But we're pretty capable ourselves. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, we don't want to lose that. Alright, dude, alright. I guess we're going to battle one last time, boys. Yeah, about that. That would be something that she did too. Squad. It's better off if she gone, dude. Oh, you said no to her? For the first time ever? For the first time? Doesn't mean that she doesn't want to save her, but she won't hand her to you. Respectfully, I'm happy. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, you're just not part of the picture, but you can, you can help us create the world that we want.
母さん、私はお母さんも失いたくない。
Yeah.
エリクトもお母さんを失うこと、きっと望んでない。
Mm-hmm. This girl torturing herself all for nothing, dude. Yes. Good call, Solana. About fucking time. Yeah, she about to prove you to fuck wrong, though. Never mind. Oh, Ellen? Aw.
ここには強化人士のオレガノイドアーカイブが組み込まれているから。
Oh.
この子と同じってことかと待ち合わせ行けなくてごめん。
At least she gets to say one last goodbye in a way, you know?
始めよう。スレッタ・マーキュリー。
We got some fucking work to do. Oh. Oh. We're in the green. We're in the green.
自分で選べるのに、居場所があるのに。君はそれでもいいの。
It's not a place where you belong. Yeah.
お母さんともみんなともやりたいこといっぱいあるから。
Now time to go fucking Super Saiyan. Oh my goodness. So pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, they're just gonna make this shit beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, this is something completely different. Honestly, this is what I thought was gonna happen last episode. I thought that we were gonna get... Oh. I just thought that we were gonna get Eri on our side there and be like, oh yeah, mom's doing some fuck shit, and then we can all live together peacefully though, and we don't need to go down the route that we're doing here. I thought that was all gonna occur last week, but they decided to prolong it, but it still seems like it happened. Oh. Jesus Christ. Was this what we agreed with Shattuck in, like 2 episodes ago? That is. They're so ugly, dude. Every time they show them. I mean, what's there left to... Yeah. I still don't know how I feel about him. Yeah, we have to fucking combat this somehow. No, not part of her plan. Yeah. She about to go fucking nuclear here. Oh my god. With the half-broken fucking area. I love the color. Jeez. Oh, that was easy. I thought we were about to like do some crazy... Well, I mean, we did, but... I mean, I thought we were about to like really blow some shit up. Wow. Whoever thought you'd get that high. Oh my god, no, dude. No. The lad.
でもこっちに来るのはまだなんじゃない？大変だ。もう終わりにしていいだろう。できない。 は私を許せない。何も先生を
Lost it all.
みんなを失ってエリーまで失ったらみんなを呼んだのね。
Mm-hmm.
エリクトのために復讐じゃなくて未来を選んだんでしょ。みんなが否定しても間違ってるって言ってもお母さんの選択を私は肯定します。
Yeah, to a point. I'm not here for that.
僕はスレッタとこれからも一緒にいたい。
Cool.
お母さんとも
Yes. That's all it needed to be from the fucking start. But I guess it took her to this point and the fear of actually seeing Arya on the last like legs at that point, right? For all this to make sense and actually click within her mind that this can be an option and it actually can work and is okay. So I'm still gonna blame her, but you can't necessarily blame her, I guess. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh. That shit literally just dissolved in the air. Is Soletta like fucked here? Or is she alright? It's not looking good. Okay, we're good. Okay. You made her think you were fucking dead. The sweetest way of calling somebody. 3 years, holy fuck. They said, yeah, no season 2 for you. Nice. Welcome.
学校と掛け持ちだな。
Yeah.
頑張る。実は
ロジーてめえ勝手に仕様変えたらクソスペギーか。その言い方ハラスメントだけど。だと
Never change. Ah,
場所くらい書いとけよな。
guy's gonna make me cry.
プラントクエタはともかくクワイエットゼロはあんたの罪じゃないでしょ。
He took on the responsibility of all. Yeah. Damn, bro. Free my boy.
小獣とのアドバイスは尊重してほしいな。母親そっくりだわ、あんた。来週から株式会社ガンダムの手
Aw, she's okay. Poor Petra.
さんに頼ってられないよ。
そうか。じゃあまたな。ケレスさん、新規事業の話はありがたいが、
アスティカシアの存続も助けてやったろ。従業員の再就職だって面倒見てやったんだ。素直に聞いとけよ。
何が聞いとけよって。
Damn, bro. Holy fuck. Sorry. Ugh. She does things. Dude. I always love when we flash forward and get to see where everybody's kind of at and how much they've changed and stuff.
いつか必ずどこかで間違うのよ。
A wise woman.
この先も
Yeah. Aww. And the ring.
こう作るの？はい。
Cool.
体も
And it goes from wanting to be a school and building it on Mars to just building one here for everybody.
こんな田舎のどこがいいのかよくわかんないな。あんたの存在の方がもっとわかんないんだけど。僕だってわかんないよ。でも
How do you even
あの時
exist?
僕たちをエアリアルから移し替えたのはスレッタ。間違いなく君だよ。あれはスレッタにしかできないことだったんだ。
Happy to see Chuju still has her hair.
帰りましょう。
Well, that was an ending, I guess. One of the many, right? One of the many options and routes we could have gone. I will say this. I'm not gonna be, I guess, overly like into and talking about this episode a lot. I sat here for a few minutes afterwards and just kind of thought about things that I want to say, but I don't think I really want to say a lot about specifically the things that occurred throughout the episode. More so, I just want to state my feelings on how they kind of resolve things here. I don't necessarily think this is the worst way for them to have resolved things, but I also don't think this is the best way that we could have gone of things. However, I think in the perfect world where they have the opportunity to flesh things out, maybe not have to pace things the way that we've had to throughout the first, or the second Cour here, and really can kind of do different things and really flesh out certain things that I felt like they didn't have the opportunity to, or they kind of ran out of time, or they tried to set up and just never really had anything come to life. In that perfect world, we would end up seeing a second season, and we would end up seeing all that stuff kind of leaving us at a point here that would really be incredible to see have done in another season. But the way that they had to wrap this up kind of just screams to me that this may have not been intended from the start. And by that, I mean the plan may have been for more episodes, but things might have just arose, things that I don't even understand, right? Even things that I can't figure out, whether it be not being approved for another season, or whether it just be something along the lines with production and everything kind of came up and they just decided from this point on, we can't do this anymore and had to change things. But it does feel to me that this isn't the route that was initially intended when the show began to air. That's personally how I'm feeling. But with all that said, I think that everything that I feel, this is a line, let me use this line to specifically get it across. I feel everything that they did wrong, they did right. Or as much as I didn't like certain aspects or certain characters or certain groups or just whatever throughout this show, right? Or just certain direction, like choices that they ended up making here. As much as I personally didn't like them, and I feel they went wrong by making those decisions, I think by making those decisions, the way that they later on resolved them was the correct choice after we've already chosen to go down that path, if that makes sense. I think having Suletta be the type of person that she was here at the end, the one who has the ability to protect and save the others, the one who was able to bring us to this world and put us in this situation where Eri can live on regardless of the form that she has to take on by the end, put us in the situation where Prospera can see the light in some sort of way and still live. And while she still should have died, in my opinion, because she's a piece of shit the way that she is, I guess their form of punishment for her was her being basically paralyzed, I guess, at this point, right? Or whatever, that she has to be in a chair and she can't walk. I think that's more so where I'm feeling this kind of went. I feel there's a lot of things that I personally, as the viewer, but also somebody who, if I was in the mind of these people, say you take me up to a certain point in the series and told me to write out what you would want to have done for the rest, I would probably change the direction in which certain things went, of course, because I'm not the person writing this, right? Like, I'm telling my own story at that point. But if you leave me at a certain point and set things up the way that they have, I definitely would have taken certain things in different directions. But once again, for the directions that they chose, they did the right thing, kind of resolving all of them. The real complaint that I have would more so not even be how they decided to resolve and end this. It would just be the fact that we didn't have more episodes to really flesh out the things that I wish that they did. But even then, I guess that's okay. Another point I guess I'll make is I felt the overall just like Quiet Zero just disappearing, like dissolving in like an area like that. I felt like that was just more so underwhelming. I think that having it happen that way was honestly might have been better for how beautiful that you can kind of look on and see it, and peaceful in a way, similar to how Suletta is kind of preaching and wanting things to turn out from the start at this point, instead of having it like turn into like absolutely bloodshed between everybody and blowing things up and people like losing lives and all that type of stuff. So I think that kind of worked, but the way that you go about when you have something so peaceful, like in a way that you're trying to end it like this, it makes it a little underwhelming. It made a lot of the moments kind of, I think the conversation that we had with Eri, the confronting Prospera, trying to get her to understand that everybody can kind of live together, specifically through Suletta, a lot of those moments fell more flat for me in the emotional stakes. Like I didn't feel them, and I didn't feel that real emotion that I felt like I probably should have got. The only emotion that ever really came from me was at the moment realizing, like, while I knew Suletta wasn't gonna like fucking die at this point, just understanding and seeing with the muted sound in the background and me are just screaming to her basically while holding on to her literally in the middle of fucking space here and crying underneath the mask was a really like powerful moment for that to kind of be done. But under my own mind, the way of seeing all this stuff kind of her. It wasn't that Soletta was going to be gone. I just felt that she might have been out of it or something may have happened. She might be slowed down for a little bit. But I think that was a nice moment. And then just being able to see Ellen later on down the line going to the places in which Noria drew, even though she never even wrote down any of them, was like, that just started to feel that good for him. But honestly, yeah, it wasn't the worst thing that I think could have happened here. Well, do I wish that it changed a little bit and was different and we could get more episodes and another season and everything? Of course I do. But at the same time, is it going to really retract from everything that I've loved so much throughout this show and everything that's led up to this point? Not really. I'm not somebody who sits here and believes that ending a show like awfully, especially one episode, because I really don't believe, I know I saw some people complain and say that they've kind of like rushed the last few and they would have changed things, but I don't even think I necessarily would have changed the way that they went about things the last few episodes. Maybe on this one a little bit, but I think the way that they led it up to this point, I probably should have expected more of this route. And for that reason, I really don't think that you can simply look at this and be like, this ruined the show in its entirety, right? For the amount of enjoyment in the journey that you can kind of get leading up to this point, it was perfectly fine. And it was really actually not just fine. It was incredible for me to kind of experience. And I had such a blast kind of watching this for the few videos that I did here, specifically through the second Cour, and being able to watch it on my own time in the first Cour and everything. It was very, very emotional. Lots of highs, lots of lows, lots of stuff going on. I mean, vivid memory, me sitting, I was at work when I was watching the prologue for the first time. I was trying to watch through all of this, and I watched the prologue at work, and I'm sitting in the back just watching it. And I just started crying at one point, and I was like, this is not a good look, right? If anybody kind of came back there and saw me at one point, would have been a hell of a conversation. But just being able to reflect and see all those memories, really, really good. Absolute blast kind of just going through this, and I really wish nothing more. Very good way, I would say, for me to kind of introduce myself through the Gundam universe and be able to watch it and be able to experience this, as this was my first one for anybody else not familiar. I actually have started, since watching this, it got me inspired a little bit, and I have started watching the original series, the 79 series. So I'm like halfway through that right now, and I'm enjoying that a lot too. So I'm currently moving my way a little bit through, which I think this was a excellent way for a lot of people, especially newer people, such as myself, to kind of come through and learn more so what this is about and what to experience within the Gundam universe itself. And while I know I've heard a lot of people say this isn't as typical as like other ones, and it's like different for a lot of reasons, which sure, absolutely can say that, I think it's a good way to definitely grab the newer age of fans and try and get them interested enough that they will go back and try out the other series, similarly to how it inspired me a little bit to do it, right? And I think that's a really good way to go. Last thing, kind of, I guess, just to say, I really like flash forwards on shows. I know a lot of people tend to not like stuff like that, but I really do. I just love seeing where people are at, like years down the line, like with the stories and stuff, how they kind of went about, because they're not as important enough for you to kind of tell over the years, or like actually have episodes that show you what happened over the years, so you can just kind of flash forward and see it. So I love that we got our Yuri ending, even though we didn't get like a full like confession or like any of that sort of stuff going on between them. We were able to see the rings. We were able to see, you know, Eri be able to call on to Miori and them holding hands and everything that happened. So it was a very cute way for it to end, and I loved seeing everybody and the dreams and stuff that some of them aspired towards earlier on in the season, be able to see it all kind of come to life here later on. I'd say free my boy Shattuck. He did nothing wrong, and that's kind of where I'm at. Specifically regarding the second Cour, I think I would rate it a 8, probably a mid 8. I think I was very, very high to low 8 to low 9 before maybe the last 2 or 3 episodes, and to say that they didn't like turn me off a little bit and I didn't enjoy them the most would be an understatement. I definitely didn't, but the amount of enjoyment that came from the series as a whole, and specifically the second Cour, especially the early halves of it and everything that was going on, it'd be too much of a disservice to kind of decrease a score anymore by that. So I think I'm feeling that right now. I might reflect on this in a while, and, you know, a year from now or a week from now, and decide, oh, that's too harsh, or oh, that wasn't harsh enough, and kind of change it. Of course, that stuff always happens, but as of where I'm at right now, really, really loved it, and I'm very happy that I was able to kind of be here and do this. That's going to be all from me, though. Thank you very much if you kind of stayed all the way through, watched any of the videos, liked it all, or left any comments, things to help me along the lines. Also, just leave any comments how you thought that this ended, if you thought there was some way that you kind of liked, if you enjoyed it at all, if you enjoyed the series, leave anything about that overall too. Just thoughts, opinions. I would love to kind of just read through and see what other people have to say, especially people who have gone through and watched many other Gundams before, especially where you think this stacks up in comparison to others. Maybe get my hopes up in certain ways about going to watch other series at some other point, or maybe just kind of speed me up so I can get to that point, right? But yeah, thank you once again very much for joining all the way to this point. Summer season beginning now. If there's anything in the summer that you would like to see me watch, please let me know. Definitely add it to the list. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it will be noted for sure. And if I can make time, I would love to kind of try and do it. That's going to be all from me though. Once again, if you liked it all, hit the like and subscribe to mean a lot to me. Feel free to check out the other videos in the channel. Leave any comments about this episode or series. Hopefully I see you in another video. Have a good one. See ya.